Every year in the town of Buñol in Valencia, Spain, around 30,000 partygoers gather together to take part in the world's largest food fight, La Tomatina. This passionate though friendly battle uses one form of ammunition, tomatoes. In fact, over 110 tons are used each year. As is the tradition since the year of 1945, on each final Wednesday of August, the small town of Buñol becomes the focal point for thousands of tourists from the whole world over, all with one thing in mind: to receive a tomato shower and chuck them around at each other. Despite the uncertainty as to exactly when and how this tradition came about, the most widespread story tells that it was a group of friends who began the Battle of Tomatoes in the town's central square during the Parade of Giants and Cabezudos. In fact, the celebration wasn't officially permitted until 1959, and the town council didn't take over the organisation of the event until 1980. As is typical in Spain, the party begins the night before the battle. To begin the celebrations, the locals and tourists all join together to party until dawn. Then at 9 a.m, the town hall makes a generous contribution to the celebration and invites everyone to wine and sandwiches. Here the public watch the Palo de Jabón, a test to climb a pole covered in soap and reach a leg of ham stuck at the top. This officially starts the countdown to the Tomatina, as it doesn't begin until the ham is finally rescued. Let the battle begin. At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. At approximately 11 a.m, the convoy of tomato-loaded lorries begins to parade through the centre of the town, painting everything in its path red. Anything that crosses in the way of the lorries, people, animals, houses, is at risk of being bombarded by tomato missiles. The exact quantity of tomatoes used is only known by the members of the cooperative responsible for organising the event, as although the town council pays for 100,000 kilos, there is always a little extra added to the purchase. Buñol turns into a mess of wriggling, squelching, writhing, slippery bodies that progressively become redder and redder as the fight continues. The locals contribute to the mayhem, holding hoses from their rooftops or balconies, and the whole scene turns into one enormous, out-of-control tomato shower, which everyone involved seems to love. It's a giant gooey game to see who can get the most saturated in the shortest period of time. They don't care who or at what they aim. The tomato fighters blindly throw their ammunition at whatever they can, up, down, left, right, even at themselves, just to keep the high of this peculiar party going. The battle is over. The crowds begin to disperse. And those who are left behind, the locals of Buñol, are the ones who have to clean up the mess that is left. Streets that have become tomato rivers, walls splattered by tomato skins and juice. And it's almost impossible to see someone who hasn't been transformed into a walking, soggy tomato. A sight which has to be seen to be believed. Despite it being the end, and carrying a few extra kilos in tomato juice. The crowd leave with the same energy as when they arrived, many keen to continue the party elsewhere, after a long, hot, non-tomato shower. The leftovers from the battle are swept away down the drains, cleaned from the front of buildings, picked up and thrown away or discarded, to slowly bring the town back to its normal state. La Tomatina, the world's largest food fight, brings this normally sleepy town to life, wreaking havoc in the space of an hour, creating one of the biggest, soggiest, purposeful messes ever seen, and making an enormous amount of people very, very happy.